All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So, an interesting bunch of viewer requests here. We're going to look at Baba, JMIA, and FCEL. Okay, Alibaba, man, I can just see it right off the bat, but I think the whole story here really is the 200 moving average, this purple line right here. I'm really just seeing an oscillation, a fail. I just think that we're kind of doing this like up and down across mainly that purple line right there. So that's very much the first thing that pops out of my head, okay? Coming into JMIA, I'll be really honest with you. JMIA has a special place in my heart, all right? I very much believed in that Amazon of Africa story. I don't know if you've looked at the Zimbabwe dollar, but Zimbabwe dollar went from like 3 to 4, 5, 6, almost even 7,000 between like 2017 and today. Things are happening in Africa, and I was very much a firm believer that like the 2020 through 2030s is going to be a really important decade for Africa. I didn't make that up. I actually heard someone else say that, and I bought into that. I'm really sad to see how JMIA is doing, but it seems like there's a little bit of a turnaround coming. So I'm very much watching that one actually personally. And then FCEL. I know a lot of people like FCEL. When I was talking about EV stocks more, I felt like ChargePoint and FCEL had a little bit of like an extra little passion in them. But yeah, I think it's an interesting group. It's a group that I haven't really talked much about in a while, and I don't even know if I've ever covered JMIA. I actually love calling it JMama, but like, yeah, I don't think I've covered that one in a while, if ever, here. So, but before we go any further, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There aren't any here, but I will draw some horizontal support and resistance lines manually. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this video on the internet, comment good or bad. Look, if you disagree, I'm not here to hate on you. I'm here to hopefully have a really good conversation with you. You know what I mean? But end of the day, just being here and giving me your time is super, super appreciated. All right. So Baba, man, this is not looking fantastic. Okay. I remember, and yeah, we're zooming out to it. I remember this run for sure. Okay, it clearly has not been able to replicate this. And more than anything, what's now really starting to happen is all 5 of our moving averages, not that one, all 5 of our moving averages are starting to get a little tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And look, it's not a fancy technical word, but I call that a horizontal cluster of moving averages. What is it doing? It's going horizontally. They're clustering tighter and tighter, and it's all the moving averages. So the name kind of says it, right? But what basically happens is it looks like you're going to break all the lines. It looks like you're going to lose all the lines. You try to go a little up. You know what I mean? Like you do this game of up and down, up and down, up and down. And look, red, man, it should have signaled, right? Like look at this line right here, especially because let me just draw this. Let's just draw this. Basically the top of this, right? Red, even here, green, red, green, green, red, red. Like that should have taken off. Even that should have taken off. The fact that they just can't and just come back into it really speaks to the difficulty of getting out of this cluster, all right? MACD is definitely in the positive. RSI is just not there. And really, volume's not there. Look, 17 million is a lot. That's a lot of shares traded. But yeah, we need to break this 50 line and significantly, ideally, but at least consistently. All I'm seeing is consistently under the line, maybe barely at it. You know what I mean? So, man, look, this is an important line. It actually very much is. And there's not that many, like, okay, maybe this one. That's kind of where we hit over there. But maybe even you, kind of the bottom of this. I don't even know where to call. Like, end of the day, you need a big candle that makes you believe you've escaped. This one was close. I guess, like, this one could have been a little better. RSI wasn't even that high. 71. MACD wasn't even that bad. Like, oh man, moving clusters suck. And look, I'll show a couple examples, all right? PLTR, obviously monster day to day, right? But look at this thing, super tight, super tight, super tight. Looks like it's gonna go, looks like it's gonna die, looks like it's gonna go, looks like it's gonna die, finally confirms. You know what I mean? Another one, HUSA, I show these two often, right? Like, just look at all 5 lines for literally most of a year, and then it finally confirms down, right? So just, I'm not a big fan when moving averages get tight, especially when all 5, once even 3 get tight, I start getting worried. But it really seems like this purple line right in the middle is kind of what we're oscillating on, this 200 moving average. So I need more. I need a real belief that we've broken it. Maybe it's this. What's your 50? It's not you. Maybe it's this. Damn, that's pretty much putting you at $100. Yeah, I think we need to get into the $99 range for me to believe. I think the weekly, damn, but how high did you get? 96. No, we're calling, where's 99? Okay. I think it's this. Basically the bottom of this, top of this. That's what we need to get over. I'll draw that. And look at that, actually hits the bottom of, this is our confirmation line that we've gotten out of the moving average clusters. I think I would set an alert at 98.32. If we do that, yeah, my goal is going to be coming to 102, and then after that, pretty much the top of here, maybe here at $1.16. So yeah, again, moving average clusters, they're so hard to trade, because honestly, I haven't said this in a while. They're like tornadoes. They really are. They'll violently throw you up, suck you right back in, throw you down, suck you back in, and like, you just got to wait for the tornado to throw you and call it a day. You know what I mean? JMIA. All right, JMAMA. It's what I used to call this stock. I will be honest. I don't know if you fast forwarded here or watched the beginning, but I'm going to say this once again. I love this stock. I will be honest. I very much remember that run. Oh man, that $50 run, man. I really do remember that. All right. This is kind of where I started learning my technical analysis like better too. So like, J Mama's got a special place in my heart. All right. I also really believed in the Amazon of Africa story. I did. Okay. There's an Amazon of South America, Mercada, something like that. Dude, I don't know if you know what that stock looks like, but go look at it. The Amazon of America is obviously what most of us know. I think even if you're not American, I think everyone knows Amazon. Amazon isn't the biggest in every country in the world, okay? And like I said, there is an Amazon of South America that's a badass stock, all right? I thought J Mama would do that for Africa. I thought the Amazon of Africa was a really good story. At the minimum, it was a maybe Amazon will buy us story kind of thing, right? So I liked it, and there really was, I forgot what I was watching, man, but someone had said the 2020 to 2030 decade was going to be a really important and really good decade for Africa, the continent as a whole, all right? Zimbabwe dollar, man, go Google that if you haven't or you don't know what it's like. Zimbabwe dollar destroyed in a good way, all right? Like, there are signs that there's things happening in Africa when good things happen. Zimbabwe, I think, took off because some like warlord was dethroned or something, give or take. I don't know all the details, but again, back to this. I believed in this decade of growth for Africa, and J Mama would be a big part of that if it was true, all right? Technically speaking, I hope you see what I'm about to say. I hope you do. Look at this 200 moving average. I'm going to delete all these lines. Obviously, you can see up here was, like I said, I love me some J Mama when it was doing good. Oh, my J Mama. Let's delete all that, okay? Get out of here. Why didn't the other one stay? Delete all the lines. Delete all. What's going on? Damn, that's horrible. I'm going to have to like sing. All right, we're not going to waste time. I'll do that in my own time. But look, couldn't get over it. Kind of seems like it's getting over it, right? And in fact, it did. That's a good candle. That's decent confirmation. RSI didn't even really get that high. I guess it got to the baby 70s. Interesting. Nonetheless, 8 moving average like a champ, catches this thing, takes us back. And I mean, it seems like we're gonna want to climb the mountain up to this one right here. I'll keep this one, I guess, but let me edit it. Can you show me the number? Yeah, show me the value. What are you doing? Okay, I think the other one to draw, I think we're basically here right now. Yeah, I think it's gonna be, what are you? Are you the bottom of anything? Okay, because there's a little bit of a plateau right here. There's a little bit of a plateau right here. Man, and I think maybe arguably something like right here. I think I'm going to draw this. I think that's what I'm going to draw. So basically, the bottom of this is the top of this, and then the bottom of what I thought was this one. It's close enough. I think I'm going to keep this. That actually seems like a really healthy like spacing between them two. But I think these are the next lines, all right? More than anything, I know we're over all 5 moving averages on the daily, and I keep saying that that's the best place for you. You know what I mean? Like right now, it seems like obviously that was a golden cross that's continuing. It looks like that's about to golden cross right there. That was a golden cross that seems to be continuing. I mean, there's a lot to like on this, and really, this was the horizontal that kind of took it off, right? So volume's not horrible. You can see that there's definitely a little bit of consistency, at least staying over the line. You know what I mean? Good couple right there, a couple more consistently right here, a couple more consistently right here. It seems like there's a little bit more interest coming in JMIA. Still relatively low volume, only in the millions. But again, I think this thing has literally done so poorly since the 50 peak, right? That, you know, there's a lot of reason that a lot of people weren't looking at it. But I think breaking the 50 and holding, I'm excited to see what the weekly looks like. But this could be the start of a really nice sustained run. Again, RSI, little high, you know, not even really, but just kind of looking at the chart, man, look at that. Like it knows how to like stay up here when it wants to. Otherwise, it kind of peaks and drops, peaks and drops, peaks and drops, peaks and drops, right? So let's see what kind of sustained RSI we can do. But what's the weekly at? Let me see this thing. Ooh, dancing on the 50, baby. Dancing on the 50 with really what looks like about a $7 target. What is this? Again, 770, but it's going to take some weeks to get up there, right? This is kind of a noisy this is, yeah, basically between these, but this is a noisy channel, I think. Well, not really. It's red up, red up. I mean, interesting. Actually, I like JMIA. As I'm like saying a lot of these words and looking at it, that's a nice divergence. That's a nice, good, healthy number. This is only the first, I mean, it's still early in the week too, right? But I am liking JMIA. I am actually a lot. I just can't tell if this thing's going to like cool before continuing or if it's just going to run. But I am liking JMIA. Man, I think today was a really important day. I think today kind of makes it seem like it wants to keep going. Where are you compared to this? Oh, we're sitting right here. Look at that. Nice. Yeah, I'm curious what tomorrow brings, actually. What are you doing post-market? You're holding. We'll take that. I like JMIA. One last time. I like JMIA. FCEL. Let's take a look at FCEL. Today was an interesting day. Today was a big 12% day, all right? On any stock, 12% is a really good day. What I am liking is this test of the 100 moving average, all right? We clearly tested it here and failed. We're clearly testing it again, but man, these are really good down here. MACD is actually in the zero. It's in the positive. You can kind of see that like line is just over the dash. More than anything, that's a nice divergence. It looks like it wants to keep going away. That's a nice divergence. That's a super healthy 65. And really, that's such a good volume. It's a nice, healthy, sustained grow up. Most of them have been on or above the 50. I like FCEL. It seems like, where are we? Are we on this? Yeah, we're pretty much sitting here. It seems like this is going to want to come to the 200 moving average up here. And then again, really, it's a bunch of red, 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 green, green, sorry, green, 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 red, 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 red. You know what I mean? Till basically this little bit of a plateau right here. So it's going to be hard to break the 200. Don't get me wrong, right? Just kind of looking at this thing. Tested it once, tested it twice, tested it 3 times, tested it 4 times. Hey, maybe the 5th time will be the charm. That's actually a very real possibility. But for now, I think the best thing to do is assume we'll just get here, and then we'll see what the indicators look like. But again, honestly, it kind of seems like 290 is a very real target, and roughly speaking, that's almost a 20% swing, right? You're basically adding 50 cents here to take it to 299, right? So that's not bad, especially after getting a 12% day to day. But again, nothing will matter if we can't get over the 100. And technically speaking, we didn't do it today, right? It's basically on it, right? But on it isn't a break. So yeah, we definitely took all those back, but I think really the whole story is right here. I'm glad we took these back, believe me, and I'm glad we held the 8 moving average, believe me, but I need to believe we're going to break that 100. So, hey, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Otherwise, as always, thank you for the time.